Well, Taylor Swift's text messages have been brought up yet again as the judge said, nope, Blake Lively, you cannot keep those as protected evidence that is having to come out in discovery. But then Wayfair also got their motion to compel denied. So there's a lot to get into there. But the text messages are back on the table. Plus, we have our first potential witness list, and it is stacked. We also have Karen Reed, who has now been freed, and Alex Cooper, who is getting fought back by BU. Lots to get into. Let's dive in. You're listening to No Filter with Zack Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. What's up, guys? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. First up, Karen Reed is freed. I know we haven't been covering the case too much here on this show, but Donna Bowling has been covering it quite a bit. She's been like obsessed and like shaking and waiting for the verdict to come in, and it finally came in. And Karen Reed has been found not guilty. She's been acquitted, and good for her. Good for her. It sounds like there was some sort of conspiracy against her, maybe a frame job. Who knows what actually happened to her boyfriend, John O'Keefe. That was his name, right? John O'Keefe. But she's been freed. She went and celebrated in Boston. She went to Mastro's. So yeah, what a time. What a time, what a time, what a mighty good time. A mighty, mighty good time. But yeah, seems like quite the yeah, you're Zach, you asking if was a speeding ticket. Say what? I don't even know what you're saying. But I think the only thing that she was found guilty of was driving under the influence. But she at least didn't kill her boyfriend according to the jury. So that's quite the win for her. But good. Happy to Donna. But I feel like Donna saved Karen Reed. Donna freed Karen Reed. That's where we're at. Donna freed Karen Reed. Okay. Well, that said, um, I know we talked about Alex Cooper, I think last week, and how she released her documentary on Hulu, um, Call Her Alex, which was like the behind the scenes of her podcast, Call Her Daddy. And one of the biggest revelations that came out of Call Her Alex was that she claimed that her college soccer coach had harassed her, and she was having very inappropriate conversations with her. She was always asking her about her personal life and her dating life, and she would want to drive her home late at night. And so there were all these things. Alex then brought it to BU, which is the school she was attending at the time, that she had a full scholarship with the soccer for playing soccer. And she tried to report the coach to BU's student or to BU's administration, and she claims that they didn't investigate it. There was no further conversation beyond the meeting that they had when she came in and presented the allegations against the coach. It seemed like the school was trying to protect the coach. The coach ultimately, a few years later, ended up retiring and is since retired. But BU issued a statement saying that they take these things very seriously. They always investigate serious allegations. And then on top of that, there was a letter from a number of BU former soccer players, women that worked with Nancy Feldman, is I believe the coach's name, that worked with her, and they claimed that they had nothing but a great relationship with her. And they're like, we don't want to diminish anybody's individual experience, but we just collectively want to say we had nothing but the best experience. We had nothing but, a great experience working with her, and she remains in our lives for some of them to this day. So they very much seem to be countering Alex Cooper's claims against the coach. So then it kind of comes down to, well, it's like, well, why did BU not investigate it? And, did they not investigate it because they were trying to protect the coach, or did they not investigate it because they didn't believe that Alex had like legit claims against the coach? Like, did they think, these are just like minor incidents that, maybe weren't as serious as Alex was making them out to be? Um, if the coach didn't really have a history of this type of stuff. Because here's the thing, when somebody comes out with allegations, typically you have a flood of people that also come out with allegations, right? And they're like, that happened to me too. That's how hashtag me too started. So I don't know. Um, there was no me too in this case. If anything, it was the opposite. Very serious to um or very similar to Justin Baldoni. Like, we have no, even though we have the wackadoodle Me Too doctor that's like, I've heard of all these people from when he was in college. She's a loser. I'm just going to say that. She's a loser. She's a dangerous person. I think she's a very evil human being. The number of things that she's put out on the internet, I think, are egregiously misleading and dangerous. And, she borders on the line of, trying to make it seem like she's legit and some sort of authority in some way, but all she seems to be an expert in is lying. And multiple lies of hers have been exposed at this point. I saw Lauren from Court of Random Opinion and Kirsty Flaw recirculated the video of her talking about the lie that she told of Kirsty Flaw. Let me see if I can actually pull that up so that we can talk about that and discuss it. Um, let's see, because that was actually quite interesting. Oh yeah, here it is here. Um, okay, we're because she is quite the quite the nutcase. Here, let's play this. That way you can actually see a clip of what she said, which was just completely false and misleading altogether.
Understand that. I believe that what you have seen has been highly, highly edited by PR teams, by publicists. Like the video where Blake is talking to that female journalist who mentions her baby bump, and Blake seems off put. Well, what you haven't seen is if you actually YouTube it before that, that journalist is told not to mention the bump, that Blake wants to focus on the movie. She doesn't want the journalist mentioning the bump. And what
Completely false. Total lie. Never been substantiated. Cannot produce any actual legit evidence to prove this claim that she made, and I believe has since deleted the video.
what the journalist does right away, which you don't see, is she pats the bump. Then she talks about the bump. Then you see Blake's reaction.
Literally categorically false. Absolutely not true. Does not exist. The footage does not exist. That did not happen. The fact that she can go on the internet and flat out lie like that is crazy. That is somebody that is mentally unwell. That is my professional opinion as a podcaster. Insane. Like, it's truly insane that you can completely lie like that. Like, it's just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But those are the Blake defenders. Those are the people that believe Blake. People that will literally go on the internet and just blatantly lie. Carrie says, "How can someone just lie like that? What a monster." Yeah, it's literally a flat out false allegation, a false claim, and she's just lying through her teeth. And the crazy part is, I'm sure she's getting off on all of this. Sure, Floss says that this is false. Yeah, we all say that it's false because that footage doesn't exist. It literally is not true. The only person that owns that raw footage that would have shared it or posted it or circulated it would have been Kirsty Flaw. It's just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, but so yeah, they're wackadoodle. But so what were we talking about? Alex Cooper, all the people that came out in support. Oh yeah, yeah. We talked about her because I was saying that this same woman was also claiming that there were all of these people from Baldoni's past that had only reached out to her. They only DM'd her specifically. This wackadoodle Me Too doctor, just her. She was the one that they decided to reach out to. Despite all the other potential places that they could have told their stories to, they happened to come to her for who knows whatever reason, and she's the only one that has these allegations from people. I also said that I believe she was possibly the one that may have doctored those HR complaints, which wouldn't put it past her. That's speculation. That's purely, me kind of deducing it down to her, because every person that I've heard that has been in possession of those fake HR complaints, it originated from this doctor. And I say doctor with air quotes because it's just insane. Yeah, I heard that she's the one who created the fake HR emails too. Okay, well, I was the one that put that information out there. I don't have evidence or proof that she created those HR complaints, but what I can say is, one, I wouldn't put it past her, and two, if you trace where each person got those documents from, it all leads back to this doctor. That's as far as I've been able to trace them to. And she also claims that she has a source at Sony. And I'm like, yeah, so Sony and all these like they happen to trust you when you're a fucking liar on the internet. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse YouTube. But yeah, crazy. Someone says she sounds like a baby reindeer type. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Um, Red Ginger said the situation has definitely been a teachable moment. So the research before forming an opinion and judgment. Yeah. So that's why when it comes back to Alex Cooper and the allegations that she's brought forth and now to see BU come out, I think this is why it's always important that you have an investigation regardless. Just look into it, do some questioning. Even if the investigation comes up inconclusive, it's always important to just do the investigation just for the sake of trying to see if there is anything there, if there is any legitimacy to it. So, oof. Kayla says, did she just fall out of a coconut tree with thinking that she would get away with this? I mean, I don't know. I I think she likes the attention. I think she doesn't care if she's lying. She doesn't care if people call her a liar. The fact that people are talking about her, the fact that she's like a topic of conversation, like I think it just feeds her ego. And she's probably going to do this more. She's probably going to lie more so that more people will talk about her. Like that's how unhinged it is. Oh, Flaw said that she believes that Shirsty, Shirsty says that she believes that the doctor also may have doctored those um, HR complaints. I've been saying that for months. Again, there were things that I was saying for months, or I was warning other content creators about her. Being like, I don't trust her. I don't trust her. Something seems off about her. Just something doesn't sit well with me. When I would try to question her about things, you know, she wouldn't answer my question. She didn't want to talk about everything. So what a time. What a time. What a time. What a mighty good time. A mighty, mighty good time. So, yeah. But I think I have. Do I still have her? I think I still have all the DMs because she has since blocked me. I think she blocked me so that she was afraid I would share our DMs, but our DMs have been saved. They were absolutely it was all documented. I made sure to keep copies of everything in the event that she would try to delete it or try to lie about something. I made sure that it all existed. I'm trying to see if I can find them in here somewhere, though, because it was just cuckoo great. Yeah. Yeah, there were so many things that she was posting and sharing that was just wild. I remember I kept asking him, like, who sent you those complaints? Oh, here we go. Here are some of them. Oh, when the HR complaints first came in. And she was talking about them. Yeah, see, and here are all the HR complaints. All the allegedly fake ones. Oh, she also posted to her. I didn't realize she posted some of them to her Instagram stories as well. But I just remember a lot of her things were she said that came from multiple crew members who overheard Justin Baldoni saying "fuck me too." It it all sounds like when she wanted to complain back in 2023, and then as the lawsuit moved forward. And then I was telling her that the Isabella part doesn't make sense because she was sent him those sweet text messages unprovoked. And she was like, oh, and she claims that Isabella Ferrer was paid off. And I was like, by who? She's like, they made Isabella send those text messages. They paid her to send those text messages. That's what was so crazy. Oh, yes, let's see the DMs. I have all of the DMs. All of her I'm literally going through them. They're all kind of out of order right now. I would have to like go through them and put them back into their proper context. But yeah, she's literally telling me because I was questioning her. This is when she had first circulated the HR complaints, and one of them was believed to have been Isabella. And I remember Donna and I were like, what do you mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, that doesn't add up. And so I was questioning her about that. I was like, why would Isabella send those messages to Justin Baldoni, where she talked and she like had nothing but sweet things to say about her experience. And this doctor was claiming that somebody had paid off Isabella and intentionally had her send him those really sweet messages that she didn't even want to send them. And it was just really strange, you know? And I was like, what? That makes no sense. She sent him adoring text messages after production unprompted. And she said, because she was paid off. And I was like, by who? And she said, they made her. It was so prompted, or she was at least legally obligated or something. It's like, what? Like, you're claiming, like, again, just like what a total fabrication. You're claiming that Isabella signed some sort of agreement to get paid off to speak highly of Baldoni. Like, that sounds insane. Literally insane. Also, if Brian Friedman needs access to any of these DMs, I'm happy to provide them when they depose this bitch because she's seriously mentally unwell. That is my personal or my professional podcast opinion, is that she is genuinely unwell. But if she thinks that blocking me was going to hide all of these DMs, I've got news for her. Ain't going to happen because I got them all here. So don't know what she thinks is going to happen. And if she wants to prove that that these DMs are not real, then it's very easy for her to just unblock me and then go on her phone and show the DMs, and she can show my messages too. It's very easy to go look at. We'll go into my Instagram app. Let's see. We will go to Donna Bowling. There we go. Boom. Here are my DMs with Donna Bowling. It's very easy. Actually, let's walk through that chain of events, right? It's very easy to go on Instagram, swipe through, click on someone's name, and then boom, you can automatically see the DMs. Boom. You can see the DM exchange. It's there. Very easy to prove that. So, in case she wants to play that game of like, those are fake, those aren't real. Let's play, baby. Let's play. Can't wait for for Taylor and Blake's text messages. Yes, we'll get into that in just a sec. But first, a quick message from this week's sponsors. It's summer, which means travel plans are in full swing. Don't be caught off guard while you're away from home, and be sure to pack a travel-friendly medical emergency kit from the Wellness Company. No need to deal with the hassle of sickness because this compact blue case is your portable urgent care, stocked with ivermectin, Z-Pak, amoxicillin, and 6 other essential prescription medications right at your fingertips. With the Wellness Company's medical emergency kit, you can tackle serious health concerns without worrying about urgent care, especially when you're far away from home. This kit cuts through the red tape by allowing you to take control of your health versus being reactive and inconvenienced. You don't need a gatekeeper because their medical board created a guidebook that outlines common treatments for UTIs, strep throat, bacterial infections, respiratory illnesses, and more. All it takes is filling out a digital intake form, and your kit arrives at your door in 1 to 2 weeks. Order your kit now by heading to twc.health/nofilter and use code NOFILTER to save up to $45 off plus free shipping. Kits available to U.S. residents only. Summer is here. More sun, more light, more time to do all the things that make summer so special, right? And the number one thing that you don't want to be doing this summer is spending hours cooking inside. That's where Factor comes in. Factor's chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals are ready in just 2 minutes, and it takes the hassle out of eating well. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle over summer and beyond. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick up gourmet meals that fit your summer gains or your goals. Look at that. Get the gains in. I'm on a protein rich, but they also have other options like Calorie Smart or Keto, or you can join me on the Protein Plus plan. Factor powers your day, sun up to sundown, with nutritious breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. Factor has your whole day covered. Enjoy more this summer. Get Factor if you want all the flavor and none of the fuss. Get started at factormeals.com/nofilter50 off and use code NOFILTER50 off. That's NOFILTER50 OFF. No filter 50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code NOFILTER50 off at factormeals.com/NOFILTER50 off for 50% off plus free shipping. Factormeals.com/NOFILTER50 off. No filter, 50 off. All right, let's talk about Taylor Swift text messages because those seem to have been pulled back into the conversation. Ooh, what is a flawsome question? Yeah, Shirsty's here. Hi, Shirsty. Um, Somebody asked a do you think that she created those HR complaints herself or got someone out or got it from someone else? I personally, my own personal opinion, this is just conjecture, speculation, not actual anything that I know based in fact. It's just based off of the conclusions that I've drawn. I believe she may have created those herself. I have not heard anybody else that had been circulating those. She claims that she got them anonymously. It's weird because she has, according to the multiple stories that she's told, but I don't know, maybe those are just the multiple personalities inside of her. And they just can't keep up with their stories because they're all in that one crazy brain. But I believe that she or one of her multiple personalities created those HR complaints. I've tried to dig up. I talked to multiple people that had them. I tried to, you know, go all the way up the chain, and the chain so far has only led back to her. And she claims that she received them anonymously through like some anonymous email, per my understanding and my recollection. I would again have to go back through um all of the DMs that I have with her. But yeah, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I think she created them herself. I think similar to like when I mean, I wouldn't sure see. I wouldn't be surprised if she created an AI video of you touching Blake's bump and somebody in the background saying, "Don't do that." Like that's how unhinged I believe this person is. So, yeah, the fact that she even lied and said that there was a video of you touching Blake's bump after you were explicitly told not to, and this is all on camera, this is all on footage, like, the fact that she can just blatantly lie about those things is, like, insane. But, let's talk about, yeah, she is butt crazy. Listen, gays are butt crazy. She's a fucking wackadoodle. Okay, but um that said, let's talk about the text messages. So, yesterday there were two important motions that were heard by Judge Lyman. And everybody's talking about Taylor Swift's text messages and how Judge Lyman made sure that he did not give Blake Lively the protection that she wanted of the text messages, right? But there's the other part of it. So, yes, Judge Lyman denied Blake Lively's request for a protective order of her messages with Taylor Swift. However, Judge Lyman also denied Wayfair's motion to compel Blake Lively to turn over those text messages. So they can't be protected. Wayfair is asking for them, and it seems like Blake Lively is just refusing to give any sort of evidence. According to Wayfair, since the start of this, she hasn't produced a single bit of evidence. So that means in discovery, she hasn't turned over the subpoena, the Van Zandt subpoena. She hasn't turned over any of the alleged HR complaints. Like there are a number of things that she has not provided. Like they're saying she hasn't provided a single ounce of evidence to prove anything. I think that that's probably intentional, and they're fighting to protect everything because her deposition is coming up on Monday, and I don't think that they'll be giving any evidence to Friedman ahead of her deposition. I think they want to make sure that Friedman goes into the deposition blind so that if there is any potential pitfalls, he's not prepared for it, because they're trying to conceal. I mean, it seems like they're trying to conceal evidence. That's why Wayfair started filing motions to compel. But in this case, the judge denied Wayfair's motion to compel, but the judge claimed that he denied the motion to compel because Wayfair intentionally and on their own accord withdrew the subpoena of Taylor Swift. And that part of the statement made in the press was that they received the information that they needed from Taylor Swift, and that's why they withdrew the subpoena. So Lehman's like, well, clearly that's not a priority for you guys because you withdrew your subpoena. So you could have, compelled Taylor Swift to turn over that correspondence, but you didn't. So the fact that you're going through Blake, I'm not going to compel her to turn over those text messages right now. There's no urgency with that. However, I'm also going to deny her protective order, and the text messages will be relevant and they will come up in all of this. So she's kind of just keeping the text messages held in limbo at this point. She's holding them and not giving up anything. And again, I think she's intentionally and deliberately trying to withhold all of the evidence until after her deposition. But speaking of her deposition, we also got So we'll see what happens with Taylor's text messages. They will come up at some point, I believe. That said, the Wayfair released their list of potential witnesses that they plan on bringing, or that they plan on either deposing, bringing to the stand at trial, or that they believe have evidence that can be helpful to their case. And so this is the list of names that they have presented so far. Crystal says, do you think the Taylor Swift text messages are a distraction? Maybe there's nothing there. I don't think there's really any. There has to be something there, right? Like, there's a reason Blake wanted Taylor to support her. There's a reason Blake was threatening to extort her. There's, there's, there's reasons for all of this. Hi, Paula. Paula in the live chat. What's going on, Paula? What's going on? Welcome on in, Paula. Welcome on in. Okay, that said, here's the list of names. So, not surprising, we have Colleen Hoover, It Ends With Us author. We have cast members Jenny Slate, Brandon Sklenar, which his name isn't even, I didn't realize his name isn't Brandon Sklenar. It's something, Brandon something. I didn't realize he picked Sklenar as his stage name. But so Jenny Slate, Brandon Sklenar, Isabella Ferrer, and Hassan Minaj, all cast members of It Ends With Us. They plan to bring them into it. Ryan Reynolds' buddy Sean Levy, they plan to bring him into it. Taylor Swift is officially on the list, so it seems like they're not done with Taylor Swift. Right now, we see this limbo period with Taylor Swift's text messages, which again, it depends on when Blake's going to turn over those text messages. She seems to be trying to hold on as long as she possibly can. It's like the Titanic, and she's, she made Jack let go of the raft, and she's stuck on it, and she's holding on for dear life because she doesn't want to fall into the icy water of her own lies. Bradley Cooper has officially entered the chat. So you guys will remember Bradley Cooper was thanked in Blake Lively's end credits for It Ends With Us. Remember at the very end, Blake had her credits, and in those credits, she thanked Bradley Cooper. It's believed that Bradley Cooper and Gigi Hadid had access to an early cut to Blake's edit of the film. So they plan to drag Bradley Cooper into all of this. Blake Lively's sister, Robin, is going to be dragged into this. Blake's assistant, Tina, her makeup artist, her hairstylist, all of them are going to be brought into this. Adam Monsheen. Remember Adam Monsheen? He was the actor that played the doctor in the birthing scene. Because remember, she was like, oh my God, Justin Baldoni just hired his friend. Normally this position would go to a local actor, and he hired his friend to like see me when I was near nude in the birthing scene. Well, Adam Monsheen, who has since come out and gone on the record and said, hey, I am a local actor. I live in New York, and here is my resume. I'm a working actor. I was hired for an acting role. I did not just want to see Blake Lively near nude in front of me. And he's going to be pulled into this too. He already went on the record, and now he's dragged in. Megan Twohey, New York Times, they're dragged into this. Baldoni's health coach, her name is Jennifer Benson. And Jenny Benson, she's going to be dragged into this too, because remember, Blake Lively claimed that Baldoni took her to a weight loss specialist as part of like her claims that he was trying to fat shame her. Well, now that quote unquote weight loss specialist, who's actually a health coach and I think recommended like probiotics or something for her, she's dragged into it. The trainer, his name is Matt Ulowski. Matt Ulowski. He's a personal trainer. He's the one that Baldoni asked how much Blake weighed. He's dragged into this as well. He's the one that sparked this whole fat shaming conversation. So apparently there were 2 intimacy coordinators that worked on It Ends With Us. Both intimacy coordinators Wayfair is planning to call to the stand, or at least depose them, or have them put in some sort of sworn statement. They plan to call all of the Wayfair production crew, so producers, crew members, editors, cameramen, literally all of them. Like all of the cameramen are coming to give some sort of statement or testify, which is going to be interesting, right? Because if you think about it, with the cameramen, like I'm pretty sure they witnessed Blake Lively being very difficult to work with. And they're not going to hesitate to go and be like, yeah, this is what happened. Or yeah, no, this is not what happened. Like the crew, they're the ones that know everything. They know all the secrets on set. the entire team at Sony, everyone from their head of marketing to an associate from their business and legal affairs department, Andrea Giannetti, she's being dragged into this because remember Blake Lively said that she made complaints to Andrea Giannetti, and I believe Giannetti has since come out, or there has been a little more clarity in regard to what information Blake reported to Giannetti, and I believe the information reported to Giannetti or the complaints that Blake made were not formal complaints, but they were more so about the fact that somebody on set had COVID. I believe was the nature of the complaints that Blake made to Giannetti at Sony. So nothing about harassment. So there are a number of reporters that are being dragged into this, including TMZ's Harvey Levin. We also have the Daily Mail's James Vituska, number of different reporters, but Vituska is the one that I guess was playing both teams. Remember, he was the one that led Friedman and Baldoni's team to believe that Leslie Sloan was planting negative stories about Justin Baldoni. And remember, he came out and he was like, oh, I used the word, SA, but I really meant SH. It was I misspoke or whatever. He made a mistake. And they also plan to bring in everybody from WME, everybody from Joneswork PR, Maximum Effort. Like Wayfair wants to bring everybody into this. So again, it's unlikely that they're going to be able to have depositions for every single one of these people, but they believe that all of these people collectively have some sort of information that may be relevant to their case. And I don't know if Blake doesn't have any sort of hard evidence, but you have multiple people that are, at least putting in a sworn affidavit or, something that can back up Baldoni's side, including all of his producers and cameramen. Granted, Lively's team will likely argue, well, oh, they're his production crew. Of course, they're going to defend him. Of course, they're going to, be on his side. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Interessante. But yeah, so that's our first witness list. That's our that's the sitch, guys. That's where we're at right now. Witness list, Taylor Swift's text messages, and then a quick update on Alex Cooper and Karen Reed. Any other closing thoughts, feelings, vibes? I'm sorry, today's a shorter episode of No Filter. I had to tape the Pop Report, and now I have to go tape Chef Stu's podcast, but I'm taping that with him in person, and then I have to take my dad to lunch for Father's Day. So I'm just like a little all over the place this morning. I wish I could have a normal, regular, full 1 hour episode, but today's going to be short and sweet. And then I have to get ready for VidCon this weekend, which is going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. Donna Bowling and I are going to be on stage together, which will be good. It's always a good time. Yeah. It's always a good time. It's always a good time. All right. Well, on that note, love you. Appreciate you. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Friday. Yes, Friday. I will talk to you guys on Friday. Okay, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Be sure to get your tickets to the Zactivated tour. You can head on over to nofilterlive.com to get your tickets. I'm going to be all over town gallivanting with surprise special guests in Dallas. We have Leanne Locken from Real Housewives of Dallas. We have the cast of Vanderpump Villa. We have Hannah, Aiden, and Hagen in Phoenix. We're going to have Andy from Popcorn Planet. We have Lauren from the Court of Random Opinion that's also going to be joining me in Phoenix. In Philly, we have Giorgio Says. We have Steele and Shooter from Bros and Shows, aka the Brav Bros. We have Jenny McCarthy, Donna Bowling, Chef Stu in Chicago. Seattle's going to have the Sidley twins. Los Angeles is going to have Chloe Veach, Louis Levanti, Christy Cook from Spill Sesh. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. So come on down, guys. Grab your friends, wear your florals, get your tickets right now. First show kicks off in Dallas on July 11th. Get your tickets now. I believe VIP is going fast. So come on out July 11th in Dallas, and then July 13th in Phoenix, Andy and Lauren. So that's going to be like a full Baldoni Blake drama deep dive. At that point, we'll have depositions. We'll have lots of tea to spill together. And Andy is also going to be bringing a very special sneak peek at his new documentary series. So get ready, guys. Get ready. Let's get it. Let's get it. He's going to have a very special clip from the series that I'm excited to share with you guys. So get your tickets, nofilterlive.com, and I will see you soon. Ciao for now. Love you. Appreciate you. Give me a follow at Just Plain Zack. Follow the podcast at No Filter with Zack. And if you can, leave me a nice Apple Podcast review if you're listening to this on Apple and you've been enjoying the show. Let me give a quick shout out. It's always a shout out time. This one comes from Coconut47. Says, thanks for the continuous entertainment. This is the only podcast I listen to every day, sometimes YouTube, sometimes Apple, but I rarely miss an episode. I love your spunk, honesty, and analytical mind. Who knew this middle-aged Midwestern lady would be so drawn to the thoughts of a young gay man? I respect your willingness to be liked or disliked for your viewpoints. Keep being you. I find myself smiling and laughing out loud while listening, regardless of whether I agree or not. Sorry for any misspellings. I've had a little tequila tonight. We love a little Tequila Tuesday. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. I will talk to you later. Ciao for